Hello?
Hello, you can hear me?
Yeah, we can start right now. It's fine. So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Muscat Securities Market discussion session for today. I'm Zamzam Libloushi from MSM, Corporate Communication Department, and I will be leading the discussion for today. So, welcome to the National Life and General Insurance discussion session. Thank you so much for joining us, and thanks for accepting the invitation. And a special thanks to Mr. Venkat, the CEO of the company. Also for the team who would like to join us today, Mr. Gobinag, the General Manager Operations, Mr. Badr Al-Marzouqi, Deputy GM Business and Development, Mr. Samir Nair, Life and Health Insurance, Mr. Rafi, Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Ammar Al-Lawati, Assistant GM General Insurance, Mr. Muhammad Jawad, Senior Manager Finance, and Mr. Sanaullah Al-Belushi, the Manager HR and Admin. So welcome you all. As usual, we have a presentation that will go today by Mr. Venkat, the CEO of the company. And after the presentation, we're going to open the floor for the participants. So if anyone have any question, any concern, you might write it down in the chat or just raise your hand and we're going to unmute you by the end of the discussion. So also, as we must know, Muscat Securities Market hosts a number of companies listed in the panel discussion. And we're doing that in order to shed light on the topics such as the current situation of the company's development, their future plans, as well as their both financial and operational aspect. And also to enhance the media and awareness ever to create a rich dialogue between the corporate officials, investors, and the financial analysts, and to enhance the disclosure and transparency in the market. So I feel right now we're gonna start. You can start your presentation, Mr. Venkat.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, MSM, for providing this opportunity to present our financials and an update on the company's progress and those things. First, good afternoon. Let me first say good afternoon to you all, the analysts and the whoever is attending this the brief presentation. This is just a disclaimer. One line is important. Past performance is not a reliable indication of future performance. Wanted to be a little more careful. This is a leadership team. Exactly, I think MSM has very clearly communicated this. Gopinath is the general manager of operations. Badr handles the complete motor sales and other retail sales. Samir handles the DGM, handles the corporate sales of medical, life and all. Ravi is a CFO, completely person in charge of the numbers. Ammar handles the general insurance part of it. Mohammed handles the complete finance major portion of this thing supporting Ravi. Sanaullah is the guy on the HR side. He takes care of the recruitments, talents, training, everything. So this is the team. As a very good team. We were very proud of our team. So human capital is one of our strengths. Maybe we'll little talk later about it. And this is the team which we have sailing through on any trouble times also. So let me move to the next one. A brief update of 2020. 2020, people talk it's a year of pandemic, it's a year of crisis, huge impact on the globe. There are many industries have been closed down. Aviation have been suffering, hospitality have been suffering. What happened to the insurance industry? Insurance had some silver lining. If the business model is good, I think definitely there was some silver lining in the insurance industry. How did National Life handle that, or how did get the benefit of the silver lining? So that is what something that we would like to present. When the pandemic was really announced, when the situation came in, I just want to say exactly how I went through that. Suddenly one day, 600 employees cannot go to the office. You cannot touch the paper. You cannot reach office because there are lockdowns, and checks will not come, cards will not be received, and it's suddenly all those things happen. I just looked at my budget. The budget is a big number. one side, all these issues. Second, we have looked at the budget, how I am going to reach these numbers. Slowly, gain some strength. So let us find out from this pandemic, from this, how can we, really come out of it? Plus, how can we take this opportunity to definitely to do well, something that how we can do that. So that is something National Life always good at it, and that we looked into that one. We looked at our business continuity process. After all those things happened, we looked at business continuity, which was put very robust process. I think I'm very proud to say that National Life had a very, very good business continuity process, which was put in place a couple of years back. Two things which really helped us to sail through. One is the business continuity, another is the digital capability, digital capitalization, where capabilities. So where looked at the business continuity, that okay, so many people can work from home, we can receive the papers, we can just make the payments, we can do all those sort of things. Then we said, yes, I think we are quite strong. Now we looked at the peers, like how other people are going to handle it, where is our advantage. We looked at the motor, we had got the click to pay, click to renew. Then all our people, when we had a meeting, online meetings, we felt, yes, okay, sitting at home, the policies can be renewed, people can buy policies. Oh, this is something great, which is now the market, National Life has got this facility. There's something that we should really take advantage of the situation. Then the people who came forward, even working nights, day and nights, even night to 10 o'clock, people sitting in the branches renewing the policies. So we like comparing to others, we said, you have to remit the payment, send me the things, send me on WhatsApp and all. We said simple, please sit at home, relax, just press the button, you can buy the policy. This is something National Life has communicated. So which really helped us to service the motor and improve our motor business on that. So the business continuity and our digital the capabilities really helped us to sail through, and really we got some advantage of it. Plus, one always we believe, like not just because of the pandemic, even from 14-15, if I remember, we believed that one day the digitalization is going to take this, which is where people are going to look at it. So our systems were ready, on even e-medical cards, on transferring the payments to the people, or anything. Look at it, on the digital side, we quite heavily invested. Really, our board believed strongly on the digital front, so which we have done that. So that really helped us to sail through that, and we could see some silver lining on that. That's where National Life could reach a better results, better numbers, because it was prepared. It was prepared for few years back, not just the pandemic. When the pandemic, it was just an incident, but National Life was prepared to handle it very well. So that really helped us to see the numbers. So when the numbers came out, people are wondering how, comparing to the peers, how National Life did very well, what happened, because it was for any emergency or anything to handle. So we were prepared few years back. So that is something which we could see the advantages and the numbers on the business today. Then moving back, the life has become the new normal. Everywhere we hear the word new normal. People don't meet. People want to sit at home and buy the policy. Social distancing, self-servicing portals. People don't want to go. So digital is the key today. So even the major consulting firms like PwC and McKinsey have come out. The data-driven, old days of data-driven, going and meeting people, explaining the product, please buy this policy, is gone. Now people want to know, sit at home and read the policy conditions and buy the policy. And servicing, I want to pay the premium, I want to receive a claim, I don't want to go to the insurance company. I want to sit at home and do it. So this sort of the industry is moving now. So the COVID has really opened up this, and the new normal is now, this is where the business is being done now, and we are quite prepared. Our always, as I mentioned, that our key strength and business strategy fits very well within these changing trends in the industry, because this is not today, this was expected few years back, to handle any of the things, to bring a customer journey, a very, very exciting, that National Life has looked into. So these are all the things help today for National Life just to move and handle the situation. Then when we talk about analyze, even the earlier presentations also we talked about it. So what is national life different? Like comparing to peers, comparing to the market where we move ahead, and there we have some unique strengths. We have got a very clear strategic goals. We the from last 10 years, if you look at it, national life focus was on strongly on the personal lines of business, which is something which we invested on that. We work towards that. We build our team on that, and we build the infrastructures towards that. So that is where the goals are very, very clear. So that we are moving strong human capital. So that's something always, any opportunity I get it, I always say in the market that I'm proud of the human capital. So this is something an organization, more than the money today, the human capital is very, very important. So that is something that we very carefully built up the team today. So we have got a very strong human capital. People have got a passion to work. People have a loyalty, commitments, one objective, common goal. So this is a very committed organization, which is something which, like I would say, it's like a family. We created this. That is a major strength of national life. This is something that if you see the consistency, people don't jump here and there for some increments here and there. People are committed towards that. So everyone has got a passion towards this organization. That is something very strong. Then digital business model, yes, we started it long back. That is where we could see the benefit during the pandemic and all those things. And low individual risk. So we are not a company there where we are very aggressive on very high risk businesses. So we are on the personal lines where we have gone on a motor, medical, credit life, group life, and this sort of things where we have a major focus area, personal lines, which is something which we have seen, where we are able to write a good volume and low individual risk as far as the shareholders are concerned and the market is concerned. So that's something which we have done. Capability to launch innovative and customized product. This is one of our major strengths today, I can say. Someone can look at maybe the CMA data. The company who has approached for the more product approvals is, I think, is National Life. Because definitely any opportunity comes or anything we see in a customer behavior or the market is looking for something, definitely National Life is the first mover in that, in getting that product approved and launching that product. So we always try to be like a first mover, and we want to be first always. And innovation is one of the major key for National Life. That is something always we did. A cost leadership, definitely we have got a good cost control comparing to the market. And what we report is at least 3 to 4%. We have got a cost advantage in operating model because we believe a lot in automation. So a lot of automation has happened in the system where really we could control, because ours is a very heavy volume operation, where since we are more into a retail, the volume is very high. So automation is one of the key. Otherwise, the cost will shoot up very heavily. So cost is something which we always look at it and we control. Prudent underwriting. Definitely, we will not jump into something for a top line and we will write a business. I can share one example here. When you come to prudent underwriting and things, we will be looking at the numbers later. In UAE, one of the major account, 50-60 million dirhams, people were talking about it, and we felt the account is not right. It was account with for 1 year. The next year the account started behaving differently. We said no, we are not interested in that. So when we left that account with a prudent underwriting, we have seen that there was some problems, and that account, even company filed a liquidation. If you had touched that account, you would have lost 3 million riyal. Now we would have stuck with that. So we are totally driven by a bottom line company. We don't just write for a book for the sake of the top line. That's something prudent underwriting, very clear underwriting guidelines approved. That's we strictly follow those things. In-house claims management. Our medical today, people look at it, how National Life is able to grow the medical book, how they are able to handle this, and we develop this expertise. Now, this is something today, like we invested, I think if I remember 2004, 2005, we started with medical insurance. At that time, market was, maybe shying away to get into the medical insurance because globally it's a loss-making business. But National Life took that, an opportunity to get into that, and we looked into where are the issues, how can we come out of it, where are the problems, how to correct those things. Then we developed an in-house claim management. Today, the company has got so many doctors, so many people, the medical experts, one systems. So these are all, today the investment call center, 24/7 call center, the hospital knows. So this is something which we have strongly built today for anything on the medical side, which is strongly built, robust infrastructure today National Life has got. Capacity to retain risk. This is something like even when people were talking about how did National Life achieve a 15 million, which we'll be talking a little later. So the number, we have the capacity to retain. When we write a book like medical, we started off and slowly we started retaining it. Today we retain 100%. That's one of the reasons that the profitability is good, because high volume we write. Motor and medical, we write a high volume. With the low risk, we don't go into very high risk. So we have the capacity, we have got a strong capital, no debt. So very strong financials. So it helps us to retain the risk. So which is helping today to improve the profitability. Then come to strong investment strategy. Is definitely now in the last 2-3 years, our investment strategy has completely changed. We moved into a fixed income side. We are avoiding the volatility earlier, which was there. So now more of bonds and FDs and things like that. We are seeing a sustainable income. This is something today we are talking of a 4.5 million sustainable income, which is to the company which we have created it today. So that is there's a big strength, because investment supports today the operations. Earlier the operational profits are there. Now the investment also joined along with that too. So the numbers now started moving up. So these are some of the strengths which we have got today in National Life, which is we are able to move strongly, whether it's a gono or whether it is a pandemic or it's any cyclone. National Life survived successfully. The model survived because there are people behind it, the system behind it, the knowledge behind it really helped to survive any of the issues, crisis. In addition to that, there is a passion, something like the people really make a difference on that. This is something always I see, with anybody in the office, we talk to them, people have got a passion to do it. Night, even 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12, yes, let's sit, let's finish, let's brainstorm, let's do it. That's a sort of an attitude, which is the culture which we brought into the organization. This is something which very strongly built. So this is where we see the benefit today in the organization. So which we are able to reap the benefits out of it. Yeah. So just coming to the little bit of strength, which we operate on various markets today. So I'll just give a little brief about the various markets now. Today, Oman, we have a market leadership. Despite the impact of COVID-19 or whatever, it's again we retain our market leadership. Medical, yes, we are the market leaders. Motor is something interesting. Like we started off into the motor insurance in the last 5 years, but we have been very careful, in assessing the risk and how do we take the underwriting, how do we move forward, and we opened up now. Like today across Oman, we have got branches, agencies, a lot of things we have done. We invested quite heavily on that, and we brought the digitalization also. Like gradually the motor is moving from started in the last 3-4 years. We reached today 15-16% market share, and we are aspiring to become a market leadership in Oman motor. I'm sure that we will be reaching that. In addition to the medical insurance, which is one of our objective. So want to be a market leader in retail. So this is something which is very clearly fit within our with the objectives. The product innovation, as I mentioned, that's always even within the motor, like we come up with various variations. Like somebody wants an imported car, somebody wants this model, somebody wants this one, and to do that, that we complete. We don't give a standard product. So that is something which like what you want, we sell it. What's not that what we want to sell. That is something which is the medical. Really, we are there because of that, because the innovation on the product which really helped us. So this is something what happened now. The good number, the picture is industry leading profit of 15 million Riyal, which National Life could report on December 20. Of course, the things are going on, the approvals are required. The initial numbers we reported to the market is around 15 million Riyal. That's a great number. I think the first time National Life reported this number, and comparing to the peers, we have done very good net underwriting results, good investment income, all angles, I can say that. So, we have done very well. So this is the numbers, our retention strategies, which really helped us, our medical and motor retention really helped us reach out these numbers. So with the asset base and investments, again, that we have got a strong investment base today. We have got investment base of 94 million, which is every year we transfer a good amount of money from the operation to investment, which we don't take that money out, which keeps accumulating it. So today we accumulated about 95 million. Hopefully, inshallah, this year we should cross 100. So with this good numbers that our investment base becomes strong, a sustainable investment income has come to the company today, 5 million. We are talking about it. So that's a big number. Then the branch, we strongly believe is 100% urbanization branches, so which are doing very well. Now we increased also 4 branches during the year, totaling up to 25 branches. We have got number of agencies, and the digital thing also, a lot of things are working. And omni-channel distribution strategy, the healthy network of multinational brokers, agents, digitals, all working. So the touch points are there. So in short, if I can say, Oman, we manage, we maintain the leadership on medical. Motor, yes, we are there. The innovations of products are happening. The retention policies are there. Investment started contributing, and we are ready for any scale up on all those things. So it's a very nice a position which National Life enjoys in Oman. And maybe in back, I can say a few things. We believe actually there are a lot of other areas we are looking into that. We believe that there is a lot more opportunities in Oman. We are looking into like the SME medicals, individual life policies. Some of the areas we are exploring it now. So which National Life, it's always when we get into, we would like to become a market leader on that. That's our aspiration, and that is our appetite. So that's how we work. So that is something that we will take it up. Oman, we have a lot more. I don't know how people look at it. I look at it personally. Oman still has a huge potential in the market, which definitely insurance can do a lot on this. Then coming to the UAE, I think we were the first company went into the other markets where we are operating. UAE was is a little different market, very competitive. Already when we went, we were a small branch. There were already there are major players sitting in the market. They were operating. One of the things which we felt in UAE is like we didn't have our TPA, which is the internal claim processing. Now we recently, I think a couple of years back, we bought a TPA, which is our own claims processing, Inaya, we call that company, which is now strongly placed, very strongly. We have done a big network on that. We are moving the products slowly from the other TPAs to now, to Inaya, and we have our own products because we believe, I think personally what I have seen here, there are two things which helps. One is your own claims processing. Second is the customization. If both are not there, and then very difficult to succeed in the market. Because selling a standard product, giving to somebody for approval, I think that has caused its own, the disadvantages. So which was the issue for us, which we have done it now. So which is picking up very well, and UAE is a market, significant business we are writing, healthy profits we are making there also, comparing Dubai and Abu Dhabi put together. Today Abu Dhabi we are number 3. Like first, like Daman and Atnik, and we are number 3. Although there are many players sitting there, and that we are like because of the service. This is something which always we are very particular about it. The service is where we can differentiate, because there are many people have the insurance business is issuing policies. Where can we differentiate? We can differentiate only in the service. So which is something which we have done, that there is a big support from the major brokers and the community there. So that's where we are moving. So it's a good market for us. That's what I would say. For National Life, UAE is a good market for started making healthy profits there. Then we moved into Kuwait. We just within a couple of 2.5 years we started making profits within a short period, and it's not a big money, but definitely yes, we see a huge potential, because there we are seeing like motor and medical, like this is our bread and butter, where we are looking at the line of business is personal lines, where there is a huge market. Technology is, there is a big requirement on technology. Digital, yes, definitely we are going to roll it out in a big way. And it's a small setup, 20 people staff, not big expense. And we started it through digital. We would like to take it up, and definitely we have got good numbers to make, and it's a good market quite. It totally fits into that, and no regrets. So which we have moving, and we have done well. Qatar, we applied for license, given the relationship between Qatar and Oman today. I think our license should be through. We applied, and we are waiting. Some couple of communications are happening. We already disclosed the market. Board approved to apply for license in Qatar. We are following it up. Hopefully, inshallah, during this year, we should start commencing our operation. So then we are left with only few countries in the GCC. So as a company, yes, Oman strongly placed here, and UAE quite done well. We're moving. Qatar we started, so we are looking at the aspirations of some inorganic growth also, with our good markets, with good staffing and strategies, underwriting, and all those financial highlights. This is something which I think last meeting people are asking what is going to be the number, what is going to happen now. I think 15, like we used to manage always, we our maintained our underwriting 18% on ROE, 18, 19. Today is 24 because of the profits jump. Yes, the pandemic had some, as mentioned, some silver lining was there. The claim ratio has gone down because of April and May. The 2 months really helped because not many of the cars on the road, not many people going to the hospitals. Only emergencies were attended, and all those things were there. So with that, I think now the claim ratio has gone down. Generally, it used to be 74, 75, which has gone down around 5%. So that made the impact on the underwriting side. And the unique business model, definitely our model is unique. I keep on saying that, because we are not a company just change the strategy and jump into so many things and do that. So we are very clear what we want to do. That's something where we have the consistently maintain our business model. The investment started doing very well for us. So that is something there. And with all our the thing, and we have reported a good number. We are all proud of it. The board has a big support. I would like to say board has given a very a good directions to the management. How do we move? How do we do it? How do we take it forward? How we look at the inorganic growth? A very strong board, and with a big support from the board. I think with all the thanks Oman, thanks to Oman. So with the employees and National Life Board report, the initial numbers reported is a good number. Then what is the future story? So like now today we have done well. Yes, we are placed well. Is this something is going to continue, or what's going to happen? So this is something where when we look at that as an industry, like a future of medical insurance, something, I think the COVID has made a big awareness in the medical insurance. Earlier, people were looking into medical, yes, something we can look at it. But today, when you talk of a medical insurance, whether it's an SME or an individual or anybody, people listen to that, because individuals cannot afford to take up big bills. So this is something which is a growing market. Earlier, the industry used to grow globally also 9-10%. The medical insurance, now the growth of medical insurance is very faster, very high. So that is something that where we are there already. We have invested on that. Now, Oman is talking about a mandatory health insurance, which is expected sometimes in the near future. I think we always communicated to the market and to the regulators that we are ready for it. That's something which is there on the future medical insurance. The medical insurance is going to go. Then one more thing we are looking at, what are the direction the medical insurance is going to go? Telehealth. People are talking of, no, I don't want to go to the doctor. I don't want to do the minute, sit at home, that I want to, on a video conferencing, would like to do it. So, at least 70-80% of things can be done on a telehealth way today, and wearables, which are expected to be, come in a big way. These are all the things that the future of medical insurance will go. So this is something already we have signed up on a telehealth, probably in another month or so, that we will be launching our telehealth platform, which because we are on various markets. So this is something in a big way we are launching a telehealth operations. So the wearables on. So what is even the latest trends which is coming in the medical insurance? I think National Life is looking into that. Motor insurance, again, third party is going up, which is what we have seen. The number of new cars sales have gone down because of the various situations. People are talking of telematics and those sort of things, which is as you drive, then you pay, which is something which we National Life is also looking into that. So we are closely monitoring. Now, the message I want to say that medical and motor insurance is a big portfolio. In any market we look at it, we operate. Like either here or Kuwait or Qatar or UAE. Of course, UAE, we don't have a motor insurance license. So wherever we are there, that we are closely monitoring digitally what is happening, what sort of innovations are happening in the world. So we are looking into that. There are many things digitally we are looking into that. I think in the second half of the year, you will see National Life comes out with a lot of digital innovations, which will be doing that. So this is where we are preparing, not just now reach the numbers, or we are strong today. So we closely monitor where the personal lines are moving towards that. So where definitely we will have our first mover advantage, National Life will take, because we have the passion to be always lead. Then where is the future? The future of now, like we have spoke about it, the industry where it is going, where is National Life today? So National Life, we are readiness. Now, when tomorrow there is a million members are going to come on the mandatory health, I think National Life is ready because we upgraded the system. Already we are working with the hospitals, with the codings and all those sort of things. We implemented it. So that's all we have done. The pre-approvals have been totally today on a good platform which has been done now. So these are all the things which is where readiness is there on the medical. Digital business model, yes, data driven decision now, like the focus is there on, whatever the business model we come into that we have a long a good brainstorming, then we get into the business. So definitely then we are a successful company which we have seen. Then one simplified customer journey, this is one of our strength always, any markets we go, like something which today even I sometimes I speak to major customers. So they say, yeah, we are with you on the medical because your service is very good. When somebody has gone out for 1 year from us, so probably he comes and says, no, I think yes, we should not have gone, that your service was very good. This is something I'm very happy to hear. This is where we always we believe that how to differentiate is just a customer journey, make it simple, make it exciting, make it listen to them. So we are now in a big way, we are looking at the chatbot. Already we have done it. We are looking at digital kiosks, telehealth platforms, all those things. So basically we are looking at customer, please sit at home, you don't need to meet up, you have got everything there by sitting at home, that you can do it. You can buy a product, you can enjoy the service, you can do that, and at a competitive price. Because when you bring digital very strongly, definitely we can bring a cost advantage to that. So that is definitely, that's the aim of National Life. Mobile upgrade, so like we operate on various markets, we had mobiles, and we have brought it a unified mobile. Now people have to just one mobile can get into that, just choose the country, which country, like National Life Oman, National Life Kuwait, National Life UAE, people can get into that and get the service done. So we very carefully we monitor the technology developments. There is something definitely we invest on that, and we are moving there. So the future is where where the personal lines are moving. We are quite heavily investing on that, and we are getting ready, and almost are ready on certain aspect, certain things we are getting ready to definitely achieve the numbers. Market recognition, having done so much, I think definitely there was a market appreciated that. So that we are quite happy. That's really an encouragement when we come up with the numbers. Market identifies us and say that, yeah, you guys have done well, this is what it is. So we won trusted brands, health insurance companies. We are recognized by Forbes. I think Forbes is a strong recognition, like that we have been chosen by Forbes that 2019 innovative digital solutions, the best performing company in large cap. Like the last 3 years, 18, 19, 20, the large cap segment, I think like National Life won the best performing company, #1 position, because this is an award which we talk about it, the IWA award. This is based on numbers. It's like 6-7 criteria they look at it. So based on the criteria that we win, that's because the number speaks there. Okay, so that's something which we won that. And fortunately, I think because of the performance and all those sort of things, I think that may be the reason that I've been given the best CEO of the year for the last 3 years, and one additionally from the Asia Global one, which is also that global Indian thing I got because of National Life. Because what National Life has done today, where National Life has moved, and where successfully we have done, that's something the global thing has been identified. So we are quite happy with the market, although we got many, we just mentioned few here. The market recognition is a big encouragement. It's an endorsement of our strength and of our quality service and all those sort of things, so that we are able to achieve. And we have a big aspirations, and we want to move. And always when you look at it, people ask me, how is the market? I say market is very good. I'm positive. Even in Oman, the industry is concerned, I think National Life is very, very positive. There is a huge potential to be tapped. I think National Life will work towards that, and we will tap those opportunities. We are very positive about that. And now moving forward, I think we see there is a great future. And as an Omani company, we have aspirations to take this technologies, whatever we have done, all those sort of things, to take it to the other markets, which we have invested, we have developed it, we have got a good human capital, good systems, good knowledge about it. So big brand. So definitely as an Omani company, we will be proud to take this company forward to the other markets and win in other markets also wherever we go. Thank you so much. Thank you, MSM, for the time. Thank you, MSM, for whatever opportunities has been given.
Thank you so much, Mr. Venkat, the CEO of the company. Now we're going to open the floor for the questions. So if anyone have any question, please write it down in the chat, or like you can either like raise your hand so we can unmute you. Here we have Kanga Sander. Hello.
Hello, you can hear me?
Hi.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Thank you for the detailed presentation. And as always, we are inspired with your aspirations. Couple of questions from my end. I think you briefly told about your aspirations of inorganic growth. We just want to understand from your perspective. I think National Life has been doing well in Oman. Predominant profits are coming from Oman. You have a leadership position. What are the kind of aspirations, any criteria, any geographies where you are looking at, and any time frame you are looking at this inorganic growth? Do you want to go beyond the GCC? Any thoughts on that, or it's very preliminary on that? That's my first question. And my second question is on your Q4 results. The Q4 results, somehow we thought, I think, a bit lower. We know, I think this Q2 and Q3 has been exceptionally good because of this lockdown, lower climbs. Any particular reasons, though we got the preliminary numbers, I just want to understand any reason for your lower Q4 results. And do you see that challenges in any further challenges in 2021? Thank you.
Thank you. Regarding the aspirations and moving, it's something where we are. I'm audible.
Yeah, you're fine.
You're okay. I'm audible.
Yeah.
Regarding the inorganic growth, definitely yes. We are looking at opportunities. We are looking at the good markets where see, always we have a strategy to look at it where to move is a good number of population. Where the retail business is very good, population is very high, the penetration levels are low, digitalization is, there is a good possibility. We identified some markets, Far East, some of the markets where we are looking into that. All the initial stages which we are talking, some of the stages that we are looking into the numbers also. So definitely the board wants, the aspirations are high that we need to look at it. These are some of the markets. I can't say it's preliminary or end or something, but definitely yes, on a regular basis, these markets are being looked into. When a right opportunity, right thing is being identified, I think definitely National Life will look into that. Regarding the fourth quarter, I think that very carefully, I think you are monitoring numbers good. See, like a couple of things happened on the fourth quarter. If you look at the fourth quarter, we had a one-off, sale of bonds, which got about 1 million, which is not there here, which was a one-off for 19. So then second major thing happened is, although the pandemic has on the medical side, there are not much of a claims in Oman particularly. UAE, we had some hit on that, but in Oman, the death claims were very high. It's around some 600-700,000 death claims has happened. The COVID claims which was covered. This is something which we have done that, which we paid. So these are major two reasons, around the 2 million that we could see that impact on that. Plus the drop in business in UAE is something which had an impact on that. So this is a major the death claims of COVID and the one-off of the investment income which we sold it during the last 19. These are the main reasons for it. I think it clarifies, Sundar.
So I'm trying to unmute. Hello.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, sir, thank you for the presentation. I have a couple of questions. Starting with, we don't have the detailed numbers of the full year, but even if we look at 9-month numbers of 2020, we have seen that lesser premiums were ceded to reinsurers. So can we think that the National Life is ready to take on more risk, or we can see it in a different way, that National Life is comfortable with the risk which is already they have taken in terms of the premium? So will we see the same level of the risk being taken by the company? Second question, which is on the forward looking more. that, as you said, mandatory health insurance. So we have been hearing since a long time that it has already been implemented, and the phases have already started. And in the presentation, you mentioned that it will be started in 2021. When will we have a clear view on this mandatory health insurance policy? And regarding that, so many expats have left Oman. Do you see any impact of this on the future premiums of the company? And lastly, we are also hearing many companies as well as individuals have in the auto segment have moved from comprehensive towards the third-party insurance. Is this correct news, or is it a rumor, or any outlook on that? Thank you.
Sure. As far as the question one, risk is concerned, yes, the company is comfortable. Definitely, yes, like it's not just we have taken the risk today to retain on the medical and motor. If I can, the history, if somebody can look at it, medical insurance, when we started, we used to retain only 20%, 20%, 30%, 50%, 70%. Then we came to 100% because parallelly we were assessing the risk. We were, getting the data for 5-6 years. And we were looking at the product where what we can do and the controls and all those sort of things, strengthening the controls. After that only that we have gone. And as currently concerned, I think National Life is comfortable. We have an excess of loss on motor is concerned, and completely we retain medical is concerned. That is the strength of us. And as of now, I don't see any problem. Of course, we are in the insurance industry. We are not seeing any high risk because we don't write any high risk. So this is something which I think company is comfortable. I think this policy will continue for some time. I don't see an issue on that unless something extraordinary happens or something we need to revisit. Otherwise, the normal circumstances, I think the company is comfortable in handling this. Regarding the mandatory, I think yes, we are also hearing. I think it's not in our hand. Definitely, we don't know much about. We interact with CMA. What we hear from them is, I think they are moving fast. There are quite some approvals are happening. There are a lot of discussions are happening. Hopefully, difficult to say a time frame, but it's expected that during this year should happen. I think CMA will have a more clarity on this. On the timelines are concerned. On the expats leaving Oman, yes, definitely yes, there are numbers who left Oman. We'll have some impact on the numbers, but definitely, like the mandatory health when it comes in. If you look at it, something like, like on the population here today, out of 4.5 million, 4.6 million we talk, the insured members are only 600,000. Remaining are uninsured. So some people, 100,000 leaving will not have an impact because more number of people are going to come into that, the medical segment. So that will definitely be much more than, the people who are leaving. So the premium will grow. I have a big number. I don't know whether I can talk about it. So where I expect personally, when the compulsory medical, give it a 2-year period, I think the market should go up in a very big way because there is a lot of uninsured population is very high. That's something. Regarding the last question which you mentioned about motor insurance moving a third party, yes, you are right. There's a lot of movement happening from a comprehensive insurance to a third party. But the average premium has gone down. Earlier, the average premium used to be, say, 200 Riyal or 170 Riyal. Now, the average premium has come down to, say, 100 Riyal, like 190, putting comprehensive and this together. But the number of cars on the, like insured has not gone down. That's something it is there. Only the new sales also, if you look at it, the data which I get from people is around 50-60,000 units are being sold, generally in a year. So that is maybe going down. But as far as the third party is concerned, it is there. But the portfolio seems to be, profitable because the radars are there. The severity of the accidents have come down. The ROP is taking a lot of measures to control the accidents. This is something that is attractive in the motor portfolio. Although there were a lot of cars and a lot of accidents happening earlier, the portfolios used to bleed about, say, 5-6 years back. So now with a lot of controls happening, although it is a movement happening from, from a comprehensive to motor third party, I think the insurance companies, not only us, even other players, I think reasonably they should be happy because it's a profitable book for the industry.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I don't think there's any more questions. If there's anything, Mr. Venkat, you want to add or clarify, please go ahead before we end.
I think, thank you, MSM. I think it's a wonderful platform. Definitely, I think it's a message like, we are very positive about the market. That's something which you gave us an opportunity to communicate, and we are looking into that. And Oman has a huge potential, and particularly the personal lines that we are looking into that. And with a wonderful staff, with a strong, team, and a good passion and clear clarity of goal, I think National Life will do further more and more. Move into the other
Sir, we
market.
have one more question from
Sure.
Phillips.
Sure.
Mr. Venkat, I have a quick question. Just looking at your UAE business on a 9 months,
Yeah.
I could see that the UAE didn't have that comfort of having a lower claims, because of this COVID and the lockdown. So how compared to Oman or in Saudi, where other insurance also benefited. So what is happening in UAE? If you could give a sense, and how do you see it panning out? Maybe next year, in terms of having a better claim ratio or something like that. Are you looking at, if you can just give a sense of that, would be nice.
Sure. See, if you look at UAE, I would like to split the market, Dubai and Abu Dhabi. The controls are good, very good in Abu Dhabi, and Dubai, it's a little bit, the controls needs to be enhanced. Now, one of the main reason I could see, since you compared Oman and UAE, I would like to say, to succeed, you should have your own claims processing. This is something I very strongly believe. So we bought a company. Earlier, always we used to work with the NAS and NextCare. The people were preferring those those TPAs. If you go and talk to a broker, we say, please place a business with NAS, because NAS will approve any claim, because he doesn't have any ownership, NAS or NextCare. So probably they will support on the client, their client pro. So whereas when it comes to us, then we'll talk about a policy condition, so like this not allowed. Probably we can show little flexibility. So those is something which I have been trying for the last 2 years in the market there. Now successfully we have done, and the networking was a major challenge for us. Today we have got 4,000 hospitals. We have networked there. Hospitals, clinics, we have done it, because when you go to a broker will say, oh, NAS has got 4,000 hospitals and clinics, whereas you have got only small numbers, 1,000 or something. So which we said that we should do that. So now successfully, since we have done that, I think we started moving already during 21. I am seeing 30% of the business I'm able to move with my service levels from the other TPAs to our own TPA. And I'm seeing a claim ratio which is much, much better off. So you're moving long term, I think, give it a year, say, or so, that I think there's a lot of amount of business is there. See, UAE is a market where business is there. You only think you should know how to control it. So that is where we are playing a major role now. So that is something which will help us, our INAIA, to move forward. We can see the difference there.
And we have also another question. Hello.
Sure.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead and ask.
Hi, good afternoon, and thank you so much for the presentation, and congratulations on an excellent year. I just had one question. I've been looking at your combined ratio, and one of the reasons we really like National Life is that they make money on the operating side as well as on the investment income.
Thank you so much.
And the shift towards the debt side, bodes really well in the current circumstances. And your combined ratio has been in the range of around 90%, except we had a drop in Q2 this year. Is that the target combined ratio, around 90%? And given and sort of net earned premium in the 110 million range, or sorry, is that a target going forward?
See, we now today is 70. Okay, normally we used to operate at 75. My expenses around, say, around 8-9%, 75 plus 8, 84, 85. We would like to operate 90, even if a combined ratio completely we operate at 90, 91. You make a difference of 8 to 9% on a sizable book. Okay, I think
Yes.
that you have done very well. You have done very well. Yeah, that is the target. Yes, exactly. That's where we are. If you look at my motor, around 60, 60, 55, 60, we operate. Medical, maybe a little more. Other things all put together, combined, we would like to. That's, I think you picked up very right. The target is around 90 combined ratio, which is fantastic on a very big book. So we manage that with a sizable investment, contributing fixed without a volatility. I think then it's a sustainable model that is.
Excellent, excellent. Wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Mister, we arrived to the end. Thank you so much for the National Life and General Insurance. Thank you, Mr. so much for your time and for your great presentation. Also, thanks for your team who joining us today. Wish you all the best, inshallah, in your company. And thanks for the participation who join us and ask a question. Please follow us on our social media platforms. And for any more upcoming discussion session, please be tuned in our social media. Tomorrow, February 15, we're having El Anwar Ceramic at 1:30, and on March 1st, we're having HSBC. So wish you all the best. MSM, wish you all the best and a great day. See you in another discussion session. Thank you, Mr. so much.
Thank you. Thank you, MSM. Thank you. Thank you, Oman. Thank you.